Special thanks to our sponsors and special thanks to you guys for joining us here today. Introducing our players down here in the bottom left. In the blue, he is Dark. In the upper right, in the red, our Zerg player, our other Zerg player, I should say, one of the best players of all time. He is Life.
All right. Dark, definitely one of the best Zergs out there, too. There was definitely a period last year where he was the best Zerg in the world. Didn't really follow through with, like, winning, like, a really big championship like I thought he would do. But, I mean, definitely a really fantastic player. Love his play. He's definitely one of my favorite Zergs.
And now we have both players expanding here. A little bit of a different approach from these two guys on where they want to expand. One a little bit more defensive, one a little bit, I wouldn't say greedier, but definitely.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting that Dark is taking that front expansion.
Yeah.
I almost want to guess that means that Dark wants to be aggressive.
Could be.
Rallies a little bit quicker, and the thing is, if you're not going for Lings and Banes, that's it's kind of like that type of base with that wide of a ramp. You can't do any sort of SimCity on. Whereas Life right now, if he wants to defend, just puts 2 Queens on the ramp.
Yeah, I mean, he has the option of being aggressive or teching up. I mean, he can actually hold a lot here. I'm not sure what's better, though. I mean, we'll have to see what kind of attacks possibly Dark will be using here. Also, obviously, if you take that base in the front, it's much easier to get the base in the back later on.
Yes, certainly. It's like a free base. Like if you have that area defended, you don't even have to look at like taking your third. Whereas Life will have to pay some attention to taking that third base because it's not set up yet like he wants.
Right.
It. So definitely a good point there.
By the way, some of you guys are tweeting at me about the problem with my mic. I did talk to the sound guys here, so hopefully that's been fixed.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
They're like, oh no, you know what? It wasn't your mic. It's just your voice is so annoying.
It's just your loud voice, tasteless.
Oh my god! Why are you on TV?
I don't know, man. I've been conning my way through this gig for a long time, man. I've been letting people let me talk on TV about video games, man. It's pretty
good job.
Reality is stranger than fiction, Artosis.
It certainly is.
I pay my rent with this. How crazy is that?
Well, let me tell you, Tasteless,
we've had this conversation off camera as well.
In a post-apocalyptic world, our jobs are the first to go.
Oh, absolutely. They're like, well, do you know how to make guns? I'm like, no.
Do you know how to farm crops? I'm like, well, no.
Do you know how to purify water? I'm like, I know a lot about TBT on these specific maps.
When they're asking us these questions, there's like this big time-lapse thing where it's like the guy's getting more and more tired. He just keeps asking us things, like what we can do. And he's like, okay, listen, can you, guys, I'm trying to work with you. Can you, lift something that's kind of heavy? I'm like, well, no, not really.
I don't really have a lot of muscles in my back. I mean, I spent most of my time in front of a computer, so.
Oh, man. Guys, can you, if someone tells you to pass a screwdriver, do you know what that is? I'm like, dude, listen, I'm not a mechanic.
I'm like, is it this one? And I point to the hammer.
Hey, guys, we're not going to let you in to our walled-off city against the zombies. You guys are actually a waste of life.
You guys will not help us fight off the super mutants, okay, in the post-apocalyptic world.
You just wait till zombie Tosis bites your child in the future. I'll be walking around the walls. They don't want to waste a bullet on my zombie. But anyways, we do have Lings and Banes out. All right,
we do. It looks like we're going to have some aggression coming here. And I think this is a pretty smart move here from Life.
All right, well, Life he does have this third going up. It's not set up yet, as you mentioned before, so gonna be trying to defend here. Does have some Banelings out. Dark coming up for that damage. Oh, almost gets a nice connection here. Not quite. Oh!
Banelings may have overextended here.
Now, some nice micro there by Life. Definitely taking charge of that situation.
He might just chase Dark all the way back home. Heading out here now.
Yeah. But, Dark should be completely fine here. He doesn't have as many Lings and stuff, but he has his Queens, he has his Spine Crawler. Might not be an area that Life really wants to attack into. So, yeah.
And, I definitely know that he can get in there with those 2 Banelings.
Yeah.
The presence of them is just going to be a problem. The 2 Lings do manage to go around, though. He wants to see if he can't get any scouting done, maybe even take out a drone.
Yeah, it's not sure if he'll actually get one, though. It's a nice try, but it looks like everyone's safe and good on these 3 bases, and this is the time where we're going to have to see that transition. You can't stay on Lings at this point. Both of them have fended every attack too well.
Well, yeah, I think you're completely right. We are going to have to go into more of like the proper mid-game ZVZ, where we're going to see a little bit of teching here. I like the two banelings there on the high ground. That's super smart. That way they do try to get, if Life does get greedy, and you know, he's somebody who would do that, right? He's somebody who would definitely impulse run the lings in. He can punish that there. Also, Life getting 1/1 upgrades. We only see the range attack here from Dark.
Yeah, a little bit quicker on that upgrade, though, so that's something that could help out in a fight. Of course, going for the 1/1 is kind of more of a macro-based play. Let's see how this works out for him. Already have some Ravagers being morphed here by Dark. The first player to get some Ravagers out is going to be able to bully the Overlords a little bit quicker, which can be nice.
Yeah, and this is actually a pretty huge move here, just to be able to interrupt the supply. Oh, look at Life.
He's so good at microing those
Overlords. if you like really pay attention to the Overlord as it goes across the map, you're fine. Look at that. No, I mean,
it's a new game inside the game, man.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
he shouldn't keep trying to morph into an Overseer. We see that Dark really wants this.
Right. Nicely done.
Good job.
Predicted the movement there.
But if you're really on top of it, you can dodge that stuff for a long time.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Eventually, we're going to see players that are like so good and so quick in Legacy of the Void that with your 4 Ravagers, you make a square around the Overlord, so he has nowhere he can
You're
go.
like firing in a diamond shape.
Yeah, so you can't get away. Like it takes 4 volleys to kill him, but like you get him.
We got 1/1 almost finishing up here for Life. He's going to be in pretty good shape with his roaches here.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally cool right now. He's getting that 4th base up for both sides. The macro hatch coming up for Life at the moment. I definitely do like that macro hatch coming up. You know, the lesser larva that you get is something that can be a bit annoying to Zergs trying to keep their macro going. Yeah, this is going to be the point where they're going to get up to quite high roach counts with a bunch of Ravagers in there, and it's going to be hard for them to kill each other. Like, there can definitely be a lot of poking going on, but...
Kind of funny, they're both at exactly 66 drones.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. All right, something to take note of here in ZVZ, guys. That might be your number.
66,
yeah,
dude, there you go.
Yeah, that's the exact right number so far.
It's the magic number, you know.
Yeah.
That's how you have all your stuff saturated really well. So, you know, let's see how they go from here, because, I mean, some people go for burrow movement still and try to utilize that a little bit. Could see that. Could see tech up. Like, for instance, Lurkers. The amount that Lurkers kill roaches is not even something that we should be showing. We should turn off the stream when that happens because it's so brutal. It's like a real massacre, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
First time I tried to kill off Lurkers with roaches, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go Lurkers next game.
I felt a new wrinkle grow in my brain. I definitely learned something here with that.
Yeah.
Well, Life is looking like he's eager to get into an attack, and I think that actually Dark's got a pretty good position here. He can probably bully his opponent back a little bit.
Ooh, a nice little pick off there.
Yeah.
Loses a roach, but gets a Ravager. And see, now this is the part where, okay, Life's actually microing forward here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious about that. And we see Ravagers just raining down so many shots here.
Some very nice splits, though, to the side for Life, and Dark pulling half of his army back there for a moment. But we see, look at this, these shots. Has to pull back right there. That's way too much damage that would be incoming. Now look at that, more speckled shots, and Life actually losing quite a few units here.
Yeah, when Life was so confident with the initial part of that attack, I thought maybe he knew something we didn't, but as he shoves in, he gets completely beaten back.
Yeah, I was worried for a moment there that I was wrong about the fact that it's really hard to attack into this, but then all his units died, so I'm like, oh, okay, no, I'm pretty sure.
Time that we've seen, normally with the Roach Ravager, they're both kind of staying back, and there's some kind of like warning shots fired almost, but yeah, Life just went for it, and I thought, okay, he must know something that we don't here.
It almost feels like when we see that type of engagement, it almost feels like a skill testing move where it's like, okay, do you know how to do this as well as me? And then they both do it, and it's like, okay, yeah, you do, and now everyone runs away from each other. Yeah. It's like, okay, like trying to kill each other right here is not necessarily the way to go about things.
Nice control there from Life. Instantly pulls away that Overseer. Dark hungry to go get a full-on engage here, maybe trying to take out the 4th base. But this is a pretty good spread right now for Life.
Yeah, they're both maxed out right now, and I mean, can you actually, like, do real damage here? Like, I'm sure you can pick off a unit here and there, but...
Oh, he's doing it again. He's going to go right on top of him here.
Yeah, Life.
And look at that. He actually managed to dodge a lot of those Ravager shots.
That was a really fantastic concave there by Life, and Dark definitely took some additional damage on this attack.
The Dark is reinforcing over here. However, Life does not seem to be fazed by that, and is instead just going to keep just chucking his army forward here. Supplies right now are superior for Life. Do you know what the upgrades are, by the way?
I believe
Life has an elite, right? He has the armor upgrade. That might be the real story here.
For sure he does. In fact, he's got +2 attack right now as well, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that armor upgrade going to finish up for Dark here in just a moment. Yeah, Life definitely having a bit of an advantage here. Going to start moving forward once again. Goes through down those Corrosive Vials, not really hitting. And
I don't know, man. I think if he loses this base, he's just going to lose this game. It's pretty basic, but it's just too important. And I think we might be seeing the beginning of the end here. I don't know if the reinforcements. Well, they think they should just get down here in time, and yeah, losing his attacks, that's going to knock him out in game 1. GG.
Yeah. Now, what I want to talk about, like how that went down, where Dark kind of bungled the attack. So he moved in with the attack, and as I was mentioning, like when you attack into, like Life already had a concave there, so Dark is attacking in with like kind of a clump. So already the clump is going to be easier to hit with Corrosive Vials. It's like a lot harder to split that correctly, and if you just straight try to run away with everything, then some stuff's getting hit no matter what, if it was like towards the center.
Yeah, when it's moving, it's still being hit.
Yeah. Life had a nice concave, and when the Corrosive Vials came down, because his units were thinner, because they were spread out further, he can actually just run out of range of, because like the splash circle is very small in Corrosive Vials, so just like the smaller armies can dodge it very easily.
It's funny too, because when you see Dark firing the Corrosive Vial,
it's thinner.
You can see that he's expecting Life to actually run from it, and then he's going to get free shots off while the army's retreating. But the fact that Life actually just closes in on it even further, it was really interesting. I'm not
it feels like
sure what's the best way to do it, but Life definitely had an approach I don't think Dark was familiar with as far as the micro goes on that. We don't normally talk about how people micro in a meta because you just sort of see it develop in front of you. But that was an interesting situation where he definitely picked the fight in a different way and had a different agenda on how to win that game.
Yeah, Defender's advantage seems to be getting stronger and stronger in ZVZ. Just because, like, again, attacking in with a ball of roaches is even worse than it was before. So yeah.
All right, guys, this is game number 2, Dark against Life. Let's see if Dark can bring us some better play this time around. And speaking of which, in the bottom left, in the blue, he is Dark. And his opponent over here in the upper right, in the red, he is Life.
All right. So yeah, I think eventually people aren't going to attack in that much because of these kind of defensive positions that you can take where you're already a bit pre-spread and the Corrosive Vials are going to kill anything that comes into you. So I want to see these guys actually, it's eventually going to happen where we get to see what they want to do next. But
yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah,
hey, by the way, I have this great quick money-making plan. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right, what if we make our own Christmas album? Like, everybody's doing that, right? All the singers, they're all releasing their 12 Christmas songs. I mean, look, we could just have our 12 Christmas casts, okay? We could take all the originals, okay? All the classics, Artosis.
Yeah.
All right?
And recast them.
Think about it. But what if I'm like, all right, you ready? You ready for my singing?
Yeah.
What if I'm like, Frosty the Tosis? Something like that?
Yeah.
Huh?
And kind of remix them into our own things.
Yeah, here's another one. Ready? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Tosis.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my God. And, you know that Grinch Christmas song? I'll put some tasteless lyrics in there.
Yeah, do you have any?
No, not yet. No,
not yet? Let me know.
I don't really know these Christmas songs that much. Jingle bells, tasteless smells, tasteless laid an egg. The Batmobile lost a wheel and the Joker got away. Yeah, that's great,
That's
man.
great, yeah. We should do it, man. Good on our CD, a photo of you and me with our Christmas sweaters on, holding that dog that we, for some reason, own.
I actually have a dog. So
that's right. You got a little dog.
And it's a little white fluffy dog. It's a perfect dog.
It's the perfect dog, man.
I can put a Santa hat on her, too.
You could.
Or reindeer horns.
Oh, yeah. I got a little Christmas hat for my cat, man. It's pretty cute.
That's always.
But then she just, like, takes it off after, like, a minute. She's like, what is this thing doing on my head?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a cat. I don't wear clothes.
Hey, try this with your cat. Put a, those pipe cleaners we used to use in school for craft projects?
Yeah, of course.
Just wrap one around her back leg. They lose their mind. They run around the house like, what is going on? I'm being chased.
Really?
Yeah.
But is that like animal cruelty? I bet they're not like all the time. Artosis, you're going to be my go-to guy on how to torture animals.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Look, if your cat is that big of a wimp, like you need to teach it a lesson with this pipe cleaner, man. Otherwise, it's fun and funny. Anyways, are you messing up everything again?
Yeah, I think. No, actually, it was my. Nope, it was the. I've lost audio. We got a different setup here. You go ahead and talk for a second, Artosis.
Tassels just can't hold himself together tonight. But all right, we have a lot of lings being made right now for life. So looks like he's going to put a lot of pressure onto this third base, and I think he'll be able to bust it. To be honest, the amount of lings that he has over his opponents, like over twice as many right now. The 4 banelings definitely going to help out quite a bit, but Life's micro, if anyone has the micro to do something like this and make it work, it wouldn't be. Ooh, well, that was bad.
Yep, coming up here now, trying to get away from those. All right, he does manage to avoid those. That one baneling here. Oh, got to be careful. Could have detonated a little bit quicker there.
Ooh.
I don't know if he's going to be able to get up there, man.
He's not really doing that good of a job, to be honest.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. And then he brought his banelings in here a little bit too far. So these are all going to be picked off one by one. And it's now going to be 3 base versus 2 base, man.
Yeah, no, this is
not
going
good.
super well for Dark right now.
Nice, he even cleans up those remaining banelings.
Yeah, this puts Dark in quite a nice position. During this entire time, Dark was up 5 drones.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's somewhat significant. And he's done just a very good job of holding this so far. Like, I guess it's not over. There's a lot of lings here right now, so...
Yeah, he might actually still be able to make this work.
Maybe.
Got to be careful, though, around those banelings.
Yeah, like the banelings, he's not going to lose the hatchery.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that'd be pretty surprising if he lost the hatch. Look at those lings. They're massaging that bane.
Yeah. Well, he's going to go into the main now. He's just going to try to see how many drones are actually here and where he's at in this game. But I think the follow-up counterattack should actually come out with a win, I would believe.
Yeah.
For Dark. I mean, the third base is late, and the tech is just going to be overall better right now.
Yeah. I mean, everything is looking up for him at the moment, but let's see what Life is going to do here. The thing is, like, overall, the economy is going to be a little bit better, but you can't over-drone because Life is a crazy player. Like, if you do over-drone, there's still the possibility Life can get a little bit of damage done here. But it looks like Dark's army is well, it is bigger right now.
Now,
so.
I mean, if there was one player who could come back, it would be Life.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is pretty crafty, but yeah, that initial attack did not go the way he wanted it to, and because he was basically giving up the opportunity to have a third base in the hopes to get a quick win, we'll have to see Life up against the ropes for the time being.
Huh?
What's so funny?
I'm just thinking about those dumb Christmas songs again.
Yeah, man. I think we got to do this,
stuff.
man.
It's good stuff. You and I could just be rich.
We could just be rich, man.
But we do see a counterattack here by Dark right now. There is a decent amount of Banes here. Some good micro there by Dark, though, to be honest.
He's going to come up here with more of these lings.
Yeah, we got to see some of these Banes kept alive here for Life because he does have less lings. So does some good micro there. The Queen doing a good job taking some damage and putting timer on those Banelings as well.
Worker count is even out right now. It's 38 to 39. There is a bit of a supply lead, though, here as far as Army goes for Dark, but if Life can hang on for a little bit longer, he might be able to balance this out and hold off the next attack.
Yeah, and in fact, he's getting +1 ranged attack, so if he lives to that point without getting behind, equal drones and then an additional +1 attack, that turns into an advantage for him.
How funny is that? Yeah, I guess that ninja-ing that one upgrade there might actually completely and totally pay off.
It could, but Dark has a lot of units. He's rallying up lings. He's going for an absolute kill right now.
And here he comes in now. The Banelings coming up here, going to be connecting with these roaches. But the Lings come in just... Oh, he wants to make sure that the remaining Banelings are not there before he sends the rest of his Zerglings up here to try to help defend.
Well, he loses quite a few right there. We do have a nice little concave here by Life, and of course, it takes a long time to get around, but more Lings actually flooding in for Dark right now. 20 more Lings on the way. He's got to break the back here, though, of Life, and it looks like he should be able to do it.
Yeah, it looks like he just barely has enough, and now he has a really good angle over here at the ramp. So there's really no way that Life can come down here and manage to save his third hat-trick.
Well, it looks like he is going to go ahead and get up this ramp, in fact, and surround these roaches. And with those roaches dying off, so should Life's chances at winning this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's just barely managed to do it, and I think this should tie us up at 1-1. There it is, GG. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, good play by Dark. A very solid defense of Ling's mass, the Life's mass Lings, rather, running across the map there and trying to kill him off. He just, good micro with his Banelings, sending out the Zerglings properly to detonate Banelings as he could, and just good overall play.
Pretty straightforward game there, to be honest. When you do an attack like that and you don't have 3 bases, obviously you're hoping to win with that early advantage, but he didn't control it right, and Dark held it, and from there, Dark's counterattack is probably going to win the game, and that's what we saw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see.
There's not really anything else to say about that one.
No, it's a pretty straightforward one. There was nothing special there. Yeah, there was one Ravager at the end, but that wasn't why Dark won.
Yeah,
okay. That Ravager
the,
didn't win the game.
I really like that one Ravager play.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that was really smart.
But we'll see. Maybe the next game will be a little bit more dynamic. That was a lot more like the ZVZs we've seen in Wings of Liberty or Heart of the Swarm.
And, of course, there's going to be commonalities throughout the whole history of Legacy of the Void to older games. We've seen a huge variety of different styles and strategies and things. It's like RTS is not like 100% figured out, but like we have a good idea about RTS.
We have a pretty good idea.
It's not the bottom of the ocean, but it's also not
space,
a block in Times Square. Yeah.
Oh man, we got to get into this game fast, man. I'm gonna try to throw you a lifeline, but I don't even know what to say after that. By the way, guys, tell your friends to tune in here and join us. Just like you guys at home, we are also both learning Legacy of the Void, new game, new strategies. We're letting these pro gamers teach us how this game is going to be played and understood. And I'm looking forward to a very exciting 2016 with a lot of Legacy of the Void casting.
2016 is the best year yet. You watch.
In the bottom. Oh. Jesus got wrecked by the sponsor there.
Hot 6 wrecks you every time.
Every time, man. In the bottom right in the blue, our Zerg player, he is Dark. And in the upper right, in the red, I would say the favorite out of these two, he is Life.
Your favorite, maybe.
Yeah, man, he is my favorite for sure.
Rightfully so. Great player.
So they're actually pretty close to each other here. And now comes the Overlord high five.
There it is.
There it is.
Yep. The thing is, they actually have tendrils. So unless 5 tendrils are hitting each other, and it would be a down low, their tendrils don't go up above their heads, but I guess it's up high if you're from the ground. But yeah, I mean, it's only like 9 things wrong with the high five. Tasteless.
Tasteless. Come on, tasteless.
Oh my god. Does he even think before he speaks?
All right. This might be a different looking ZVZ. They are very close.
Yeah, I mean,
air to air.
Yeah, that's
going to be a factor.
It's a gigantic map as well. If they were cross spawns, that could be even crazier. But I guess let's see what they want to go for. I want to see it get actually later than Roach Ravager. I want them to be like, okay, we can't kill each other with Roach Ravager.
ZVZ is it's one of these matchups that like it really does get to like this intense point around Roach Ravager. I mean, it's kind of hard to actually get past that because things can spiral out of control really fast.
Yeah, I mean, you miss dodging some corrosive biles, you're going to lose.
PvP was a little bit like that in the early game where it's like, well, a lot of times this can just end. We know where it goes from there, but...
Well, I guess, you know the reason I want to see it get past Roach Ravager?
Why is that?
Is because me and the people I play against with Zerg, in Zerg vs. Zerg, are not good enough to kill each other with Roach Ravager. So, lurkers come out, and then it gets confusing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, neither of us can really kill each other now, so it's like, okay, one of us goes Ultras, and the other goes Vipers, and it gets, like, really weird, and it's like, I don't really know what the hell I'm doing, so, yeah.
Well, we have the Baneling's Nest starting at the same time as well as the Ling's Speed. So far, it's a pretty similar game here, Tosis.
Yeah. Well, looks like that third base is going to be a lot quicker for Life here.
Yeah, let's see if there is a third base coming up right now for Dark.
Yeah, and if he doesn't take one, that means that he is going to be planning an attack. He's mining a bit more gas than Life, which is something important to note.
Yeah,
that definitely can point towards the attack. Like, if you're on 2 bases like this and you're rolling Bane, you're going to keep 3 drones.
Builds in ZVZ are very fine-tuned, especially with the gas early on.
And in fact, Dark does start as third base, but Life is the one making a lot of lings right now. Dark does start up his ling production right after that hatchery, so that's important as well. You dropped your microphone.
Yeah, I got this earpiece that just keeps coming off. So, looks like we have a lot of lings coming up over here. And I'm just, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens, actually. Banelings being made here. You know, ZVZ builds are so fine-tuned at this point in time. So when you see him getting that little bit of extra gas, you do have to wonder.
Well, we have a lot of Banelings morphing right now. The Banes are coming out. Looks like it's going to be a very heavy micro battle coming up here. And so far, Dark doing a pretty good job. Life putting these Banelings up at the front, though. The Lings do have to run away for the time being. Look how crazy this micro is. I mean, it's not like it's like super new, but
yeah, but still pretty solid, actually. Now, did the Banelings overextend here? Right now, Life doing a good job coming in here and actually starting to fish out those additional Banelings. And this means there's going to be a lot more lings remaining here for Life. The hatchery just finishes, so it can't be canceled in time.
We actually need a big Baneling hit right now for Dark. Get rid of some more of these lings. I guess he's starting to remove quite a few. And, of course, the rally is closer here for Dark.
Close call there. By the way, Life has not given up on making lings. In fact, there's 16 more hatching right now.
Yeah, well, he is just putting himself down and saying, you know what, I can out-micro you with Ling Bane, and that is generally the case with Life. And here he goes. He is running in here once again, doing a great job splitting off lings to hit these Banes. That's really what it's all about there.
Yeah, minimizing the amount of damage the Banelings can actually do. You can note he's making drones behind this now, so this attack might be finishing up.
Yeah,
I think with the Queens here and enough Banelings, he's probably decided maybe he's done enough damage so far.
Yeah. Seems like that is the case. But actually, no Banes right now. He can actually swoop in here. Maybe, no, the Bane is here, but he does pick off a Queen. That's a nice kill.
Yeah, nicely done here.
Now,
with drone count right now, it's actually 28-33, so Life does have a slight lead. We're going to have to see, actually, if Dark decides to counterattack.
I think he will. He had a lot of lings in production, so why not go ahead and counterattack with that? Life is making a Roach Horde. He is making some more lings and some Banes, but there's a little bit more in terms of army for Dark. I don't think there's enough to actually do anything, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Life should be able to hold it. We'll see. And now they're both frantically droning up here, but Life, as time has passed, has had just a little bit more drones for a long enough time that he should be able to stay slightly ahead for more of the game.
Let's see if that is the case. Doing a good job right now. Some very swift micro there of Life, keeping those lings off of his Banes.
And he's coming up here now. Some pressure. I'm not sure why we're looking at. Okay, now here we go. Let's see, he might be able to get that Queen. No, at the last second, Queen manages to be saved there.
A couple more Banes are coming up right now. Yeah, looks like not very good connections there overall. Life just having enough at all points here to hold it off. But
well, I mean, Life has the best Ling micro in the business, man.
Yeah.
He's really good with a small number of units and just controlling it just right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he gained a significant advantage, but definitely some great micro there. And we do have roaches popping out for both sides. They're both kind of hitting the area where it's like, okay, we can't kill each other with this unit. On to the next unit.
Yeah, we're going to go into the next phase of the game. I mean, roaches are now going to be an option. You know, that Ling-Baneling early game is such a tightrope walk, but eventually we're going to get these meaty roaches out here, and I think eventually we're going to have Ravagers to play.
Right now, Ling's trying to run in, pick off a drone, but that's about it. There's more and more roaches on the way, and yeah, as you said, the Ravager is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with coming up. Lair goes up first here for Life.
Life, again, just in the slightest lead if you look at the supplies. That is due to the extra drones that he had for most of the game. This could actually add up to a lot more as time passes. Just getting a few extra roaches or a few extra Ravagers when the next big fight comes down.
Certainly.
That might be the decider. Right now, 43 drones to 57.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. We do see a lot more roaches being produced right now, though, for his opponents. So
yeah, he's got 18 to 11, but I think that's going to change it a little bit here.
Yeah, if Life isn't making roaches right now, he definitely could die, but I imagine that's what we have in his production. Don't really see the Ravagers quite yet, but it looks like they are going to be popping up very soon.
Yeah, there's actually 4 being made right now over here for Dark. We've still got the superior army for now, at least.
Well, Dark is definitely going for an attack. Look at this, 20 Lings on the way. When you see the Lings added in like that, that's like a surefire thing that he's going for an attack. Like the Lings, I mean, they aren't going to do a whole hell of a lot other than just help deal a lot of damage very quickly.
Yeah, the Lings are there to sort of tank for the roaches. So he's going to come up here and try to attack. Let's see how Life can handle this. He does have the opportunity to try to get into a better position before this fight actually occurs.
We do have some Banes being morphed right now for Dark. Does start to poke in here, but pretty similar armies for each side.
Oh, nice with the Lings over here into the main. The beautiful counterattack, taking out so many drones. That means that Dark has to do a lot of damage with this attack, or he might lose entirely.
Very right about that. Here we go. The Roaches coming up. Corrosive Biles all over the place. Good micro by Dark, pulling back most of his units there. The Baneling's not really getting good connections. And Life with a great concave up at the top of those Roaches. Life is not going to be broken here.
No, he's doing fantastic. Great job dodging the Bile there.
Indeed. And look at this. Pushing back. Dark with barely anything left and losing that many drones.
Dude, he's just so good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really impressive. Once again, Life doing a great job dodging this. And I think the fact that he lost... Yeah, that's it. I was going to say, I think the fact that he lost those drones... I mean,
that forced him to attack.
Yeah, he had to attack, and then he didn't do any damage.